Hi, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. It's just Damian. Good afternoon. Sorry, it's too early for evening. My hair's a mess. I'm gonna have to get it cut this week. I would like to grow it long, but gets too itchy and too greasy. So I guess long hair's not suitable for me. So basically, it's just a bit of an update on what I'm planning on doing. So So yeah, basically, I I'm just trying to get my life back on track, develop some infrastructure, develop some coping strategies, develop some uh meaningful activities. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing some, or I'm going to have to do today or at some point this week. Do some assessments and that online for universal credit and that I don't have to do these. As I say, the group that I am open to for universal credit is the support group, so I don't really have to look for work and that kind of thing. However, I want to get my next step up on the ladder with developing myself and developing my structure, developing my infrastructure. The lady that I'm working with is looking into some things and she's gave me a link to look into to try to get things back on track. So I'm gonna be filling in a couple of things and just basically try to see if I can get that little bit of structure and a little bit of routine that I need. But it's going to take time. I've got a meeting on Tuesday, and that's going to take. I've got a meeting on Tuesday, and that's to meet with the solicitors team and the support what they're going to put in place for court to see if I can get things sorted with court to see about how I go forward with court. So yeah, I'm looking into things, but I just have to remember that I need to slow myself down. And the problem is at the moment, doc, doctor, you're aware of this. Everyone's aware of this, even me. But yeah, the problem is at the moment, I'm trying to please too many people in one go. And the problem is that that person tells me to person A tells me to contact person B. Person B either passes me back on to person A or passes me back on to person C, who passes me back on to person B or back onto person A. And then that's like that's causing me more anxiety and more distress because I'm trying to follow the plans and it's looking like I am unstable because I'm trying to follow this plan, I'm trying to follow that plan, I'm trying to follow this person, I'm trying to follow that person, but this is what's happened in September. I ran the crisis team there, told me to in the police told me to in the crisis team, and then it was a vicious spiral. It's making me dizzy thinking about it, but yeah, it's about trying to get out of that loop basically and to try to slow myself down and know who to contact in the correct situation. So I'm trying to possibly got a meeting with my communication therapist on Thursday to try to do that. And after after Friday, there's going to be a little bit less pressure on myself because I will have made the deadline of 2 year without an overdose or self harm, and I'm really passionate about that. That's the next target. That's the main target to get to now, and that's like as I say, I need to slow myself down. However, the problem is that at the moment I'm fixated on that date. I'm fixated on that deadline. But then when something goes wrong, or when something's going wrong, I'm like worrying at the back of my mind, or I'm like worried at the back of my mind. Is this gonna stop me getting to that deadline. Is this gonna do this? Is this gonna do that? And then it makes me a little bit more anxious and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's about understanding what's going on, definitely, but it's about taking that break myself and that kind of thing. I'm getting better at it. I am getting better at it. It's just at the moment it's still trying to please too many people. But yeah, I've got some other stuff back under control again with what the doctor wanted me to work on. So that's a little bit more settled again. And yeah, I'm just trying to get out now, enjoy my life, and get to get to explore the Danielle side more, and to try to get a little bit more structure, a little bit more routine, get the girls out more, the boobies, the girls. But yeah, it's just about enjoying myself, really, and working on ideas that I want to bring out, ideas that I know that can work. But the doctor's not pushing for me to go with mental health services. The lady at mental health services doesn't think that it's going to work with her because they know how she knows how traumatized I am, and she's wanting to meet up with other people to look at alternative options and that kind of thing, which I'm a little bit more happier about because I don't think that I know that it wouldn't work with mental health services. The problem is that it's too much of a risk. I get the reassurance on plans all the time. It's like, don't worry, don't worry, your plans are going to change. The plans are going to change. You're not going to get arrested all the time anymore. You're not. We understand it's your mental health and anxiety, and you wanting help. But then it's like this is guidelines, recommendations only. You need to be clear with Damian with that, and then that's not our responsibility. It's police matter, and I've had it before with different teams, with different crisis teams, and that they're all part of the same trust. I know that the lady from mental health services is a different team to Darlington that I worked with in the past, but it's the trust's policies and the trust's outlook that I'm struggling with. If it was a complete different trust, then it might have been different. It might have been a bit more clearer up here. But at the moment, it's like I know that I'm really. I know that I've got the mental health side under control, the thoughts and that I get, and a lot of that has become more apparent because of has became more apparent because of the situation with the monetary reform to mental health, and it's just about getting that under control again. It's just at the moment, trying to dig myself out of the situation with it, but we all know about that. So yeah, it's about wanting to bring the Danielle side out more. These are ladies' clothes, but you can't tell them all like gender neutral or whatever. But I know that they've got the ladies label in, so yeah, it's about transitioning my wardrobe later in the year to ladies, to to ladies, to it's like more general everyday wear stuff. I don't know if I'm going to wear the bra and get the girls out with these, but I'd do with the dress. But it's like, yeah, I'd get the girls out. I'd go out in a bra. But yeah, it's like I'm doing it because I enjoy it. I do it because I feel a little bit more confident in myself, and I can control anxiety in that better when I am presenting as Danielle, or if I'm feeling sexy Daniela. But yeah, it's just about understanding what's gone wrong in the past and to try to bring out ideas. My doctor's got ideas that she wants me to work on with my communication therapist. and yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've got a couple of meetings this week. Looking forward to it, but it's about getting out there, enjoying myself and that again, and knowing that there's more to life than trying to please too many people rather than myself. And it's like I want to chase the dreams. I want to chase the dreams with Danielle. I want to chase the dreams. I want to get my life back on track, but I need to slow myself down and do it at the correct pace and the correct time. No point in rushing. No point in rushing like a bull in a china shop at doing it because it'll go wrong again. But yeah, I've got an opportunity of going 24/7 for a couple of weeks from next week. I'll get into that in a little bit more detail later on. But yeah, I'm not going to get the girls out during the day. No, I have bought some lady sunglasses as well. I've bought some lady sunglasses as well. I've bought some some other stuff, but it's about knowing what's going to work and what isn't. I will have to wear male socks and male underwear, but yeah, because my feet are size 10, so I really have size 10, yeah. So yeah, it's just about working out working out the plans and doing what I want to get me excited again. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to possibly going 24/7 for a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's really good. But yeah, I've excuse me, sorry. But yeah, I'm wanting to get the passion back in that again. And there's glimpses of it. There's glimpses of it, but I just want to be able to show the world what I can do. And it's like I'm Damian, I'm Danielle, I've made this happen myself because it's more rewarding. And yeah, as the Bon Jovi song goes, I'm still chasing dreams. He's just old, as the Bon Jovi song's about. I'm just older is about getting older and still chasing your dreams, and that's what I want to do. I want to be able to chase the dream and race the next goal, chase the next step on the ladder. But it's about taking that step back as well and knowing when it's enough to do enough. So yeah, I've got opportunities in that as well. Uh, basically, yeah, it's looking a bit better. I've got some lady sunglasses coming today in the post. But yeah, it's about getting out there and showing what I can do. But yeah, I've got a day planned with Formula One. It's the Canadian Grand Prix, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, I've got some food in and just pig out basically. But yeah, it's just about chasing the dream and chasing the goals. But it's like I'm really enjoying the work with the doctors and that again. I think I might be enjoying it too much because I'm dreaming about it. But yeah, that's a different story. But yeah, it's like there is times with the doctor's surgery where there's been telepathical connections and that kind of thing, and it's like I'd found out like I was been working with him for a while, and they were talking about referring me to get my license and that back, and I'd found out that I was getting it back, and I was getting it back. I found out that I was getting it back 8 days after the doctor had done everything. And then it's like, I really want to tell my doctor before the next appointment. I really want to tell her before the next appointment. And I had another appointment with another GP, and my doctor was walking down the corridor. So I told her whilst I was there. So yeah, there's a bit of a telepathical connection there, and there's a bit of a telepathical connection there, and we're seeing have similar experiences of what I want for mental health services and that as well. But yeah, I've got a couple of ideas in that as well of what I want to do, but it's about financial costs and personal development and that. What I'm wanting to do, I don't know if I'll be able to get permission or whatever. It's way off. It might not even happen this year. I've had ideas for downstairs before, but it's never been brought into light. But as you're aware, I've got my own home. It's a flat. I do own it, but it's classed as leasehold. And all my neighbours have. I'm the only one in the street that doesn't have a garden. I've got a drive, but I'm the only one in the street that doesn't have a garden. So, and my neighbours downstairs have a summer house. There was a garden attached to this property. However, However, that was sold to next door 2 or 3 previous owners ago. It was sold before I even had ideas of wanting to move in on my own. So my neighbour downstairs has some house and different things. So I'm wanting a bit more space for like a little studio thing, for like YouTube and that kind of thing. So yeah, one of the ideas and that I was thinking about doing is getting a little touring caravan and have it have it on the drive, but with decking around it and there'd still be space. There'd still be space for a car at the end of the drive. So yeah, I put it on the gravel bit. So then I can like use it for a summer house, studio, and caravan because I have missed having a caravan since we were children, and since since we were children, we used to have a caravan. I think the first one we had was an ABI Quartz, and then we had an Eldest Crusader Superstorm, but this was going back years. But yeah, it's over 20 year old, over 20 year, I think. However, I prefer touring caravans over statics anyway. So yeah, my car wouldn't be able to tow a caravan. It might be able to tow a very tiny micro one that was more like a trailer size, but I wouldn't have confidence at towing myself. Even if I had a bigger car and that, I wouldn't have confidence at towing. So yeah, I'd want to use it within what my means are and what I want. However, it's a, it's way off. It's way off. I'll have to get permission off the council. I'd have to get permission off the council. I'm not making any money at all on YouTube. All my money, all my all my YouTube views are minimum at the moment. That's what I was trying to say. All my views on YouTube are minimum at the moment. Struggling to get my words out there, sorry. But I'm not getting that I'm not getting that many views in order to in order to be able to progress the channel on in a way that I like, or to get financial money off it. the hand on heart, I remember years ago, I don't know if it was on that YouTube channel with that email address or another one because I do delete email addresses and that. I did years ago put a Fireman Sam movie on it, and it had over 9.5 million views. And it was like over 9.5 million views, and then it got took down for copyright. But yeah, I got over 9.5 million views for that. But, but yeah, more people wanted Fireman Sam than general everyday me talking about my autism journey and my gender journey. But yeah, I'm wanting to develop the YouTube. I'm wanting to do a bit more work around disability awareness, around equality and diversity, and around LGBTQIA plus rights, gender, and sexuality. But yeah, it's just about, as I say, I need to slow myself down in that. But yeah, that's a big goal at the moment. But I don't know when that's going to happen. I've wanted a caravan for years, so yeah, it's just looking at what my options in that are and that kind of thing. So it's just looking at what my options are. I'm not gonna be doing it yet. The main goal, as I say, is to the main the main personal progression goal at the moment is Friday because I'll have that 2 year constituency in hand. It will be the longest time period since I've lived on my own that I've self harmed or overdosed, and it's like, yeah, it's great. It's a milestone. Yeah, it's it's this, it's that. It's about this. It's about that. But yeah, I like chasing my dreams, and how it's like I'm glad that I'm making mistakes as well. I'm glad that I'm making mistakes, and I want the mistakes, and I want it to be hard because it's like gets you to think up here. It's like, what have I done wrong? Well, what have I done wrong? Why hasn't it worked? How can I improve this? And it's like, discuss it with your doctor. What have you done wrong? This, and this. And it's like, yeah, we're getting that plan. We're getting that plan. We're moving forward together, and it's working. Some things are, some things are taking a little bit less time. But yeah, it's just about getting out and me uh understanding what's gone wrong and why it's gone wrong, and yeah, and it's about enjoying myself. It is a little bit more difficult not having someone special to share the journey with. However, I would like to share the journey with someone someone special and that kind of thing. So it's I'm still struggling to find love and to find dating and that kind of thing. And I would like to date, as I say, I've said before about priorities and who I'd like to date and that kind of thing. And yeah, I've been thinking about the Supreme Court ruling and the about safe sex spaces and other stuff. And I'm like, safe sex spaces, this stuff and that stuff, and like been thinking, and it's like bit of a step backwards in a way because the rules the rules of getting a recognition certificate are that you have to prove that you're living as your chosen gender for a certain period of time. But then it's like, how can you how can you prove that you're living as your chosen gender if you're bound by law? If you're banned by law, if you're banned by law that you can't be using the facilities of the gender that you want to be or feel you are. So it's a little bit confusing, but yeah, I'm gonna get this video off and hopefully I'll see you all you lovely people soon. I've got updates coming ahead, but yeah, it's just about settling down. I know that once I can get to Friday, things will be a little better because I'll be like, yeah, 2 years without an overdose of self harm, and it's like, yeah, I'm excited. Excited. I'm excited and passionate again, and yeah, it's just felt slow myself down. Know what I want rather than what other people want. But thank you and bye.